Hello and welcome everybody. We are here for the first ever ARML League Championships. Players have finally got their games scheduled, and today we are going to be able to watch games 1 and 2 on Valentine's Day, and I'm sure there'll be no love lost between the 4 players here today. On the call with me is Pio, who also represents the NYC Richinomi. Pio, glad to have you.
Hello. Glad to be here on this lovely Valentine's Day. It was nice and warm over here in New York. What about you in Seattle?
32 degrees and cold.
That's
But
oh,
yeah,
looks like
so
we're going in.
we looks like games have started. So Huang will be our first dealer here is East. Eric is currently South. Kenyon is West, and Luce is our North player to start this first round here. Just as a follow up for people here, you can kind of see it in the standings. Eric was the champion of the Beta League when we had 4 different pools to kind of slot everybody in their original divisions. Huang then proceeded to win the spring season. Kenyon won the summer season, and Luce was the fall champion. And much true to both of us here commentating, Eric and Huang are from NYC Richinomi, which is what Club Pio is from. And Kenyon and Luce are from the Seattle Richie Mahjong Club, which is where I'm from. So that all being said, we're off here in East 1, and Huang's already not only called a Pwn of Haku, but has then proceeded to promote that to a con, and now we have South as also the new Dora, which Luce has 2 of.
Yep, that's some Dora indeed. I think Huang was looking a little bit for something that he had in his hand, which would have been quite nice. But that is a good pickup by Huang. But as I say that, Eric gets into Tenpai waiting on 7-so and decides to just call the Ricci there.
Yep, and I don't imagine Huang will be stopping here, considering that they have a Mongon on deck, or almost a Mongon on deck, if they manage to get the East.
Yeah, that is for sure. And also, Huang is able to relatively safely. Oh,
that doesn't really matter. No Ura though, so it is only just 2,000 overall, but does pick up the Ricci stick from Huang. So, small but positive start for Eric just here to start game number 1.
Oh yeah, and looking at this hand right now for Eric, it looks pretty solid. Maybe can work with the Sosu shapes. Like I can imagine there's like a Itsu maybe in there, or like maybe like Pinfu or something. But if we look at Kenyon's hand, that looks kind of massive, a little scary. Maybe going for the Pinzu like half flush Honitsu. And it looks like she is considered she's gonna do that with that call.
At minimum, if she manages to get both of the Yakuhai, there's one right there.
Yeah,
if she gets the South, that's a Mongon guaranteed. Right now, she's just got the South, so now she's Tenpai.
Waiting on
the West.
Oh my goodness.
Luce in the meantime with those extra draws is now Tenpai. Waiting for 4-7-so. Is that what's going to come out? Woo! Wow. The first game was rather tame, but this one was really fast and furious there.
Yeah, and this was a bit of like a tag team kind of play right there, where Luce calls the Ricci, and because there's nothing too safe for Huang, he cuts a random seemingly random like non-seat wind. And it turns out to be his downfall. So that's unfortunate over there. If we look at Kenyon's hand right now, it's okay. Nothing. It's not like amazing. She will need to draw the Dora, but it is a Kanchan. So she might be stuck on waiting on that for like quite a bit.
Yeah, probably to get a Yakuhai here, but with a Haku and a Chun already discarded, that option is probably not on the table.
Yeah.
If she wants to make this fast, she could just turn this into a Honitsu, but that would basically mean that she's not going to incorporate the Dora.
Yeah, and like she's I've played with her a couple of times, and she's not the type of player to um just go to play like that. She's more um I'm pretty sure she's going to just hold that pair unless she draws something like really wild. She just
Oh,
draws a
but
door. All right, doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah. So there's no way she's going to
she's not going to
you
go for
know,
her own needs
cut that
now. No.
now. Yeah, absolutely not. Uh
So, oh, go ahead.
no. What were you gonna
So,
say?
no, I was going to say that with it being having died down a little bit, we can talk about how the players that we do know of. Since you do mention playing with Kenyan, I don't have
Mm,
as much experience with playing with Eric or Huang as much. I
mm.
probably played with them maybe a little bit when I was at the New York tournament last year.
Sure.
For Kenyan and Luce, I could say that their styles are fairly similar. They are very fundamentally sound. For those of you that don't know Kenyan, like we we have to. It's hard not to consider her like one of the better players, not just in our club, but I would have to say in the country, just because she's
I
done well
agree.
in tournaments. Like you can't deny that her performance in the tournaments and say that she doesn't belong in the top levels at this point.
Mhm.
Luz
Uh
is. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just gonna, like, comment a little bit because, like, yeah, like, I guess, yeah, I kind of agree that Luce and Kenyon do kinda play pretty similar, and I've only played against Luce, like, in person, like, one or 2 times, and yeah, that is the kind of, yeah, I would agree with you that they do kind of play a bit of the same, looks
The
like
only thing I would
Luce.
say for like Luce is that um, a lot of us say that she's like basically 100% digital, plays 100% by the book. And
Mm,
yet, when I brought that up to her the other day, she actually said, I don't know if I'm really that digital because I follow Kobayashi Go more than anything style more than anything else. And
oh, interesting.
we were like, but I mean, he's still digital, right? And she said, yeah, but I mean, he has his own little spin on things, and it's like, yeah, but that's still based on how the digital style. So I don't think that necessarily counts as like being a cult or anything. I play a
Mhm.
cult. She does not.
Alright. That was an interesting chi that Kenyon made. Uh, it does cheapen her hand a little bit, but now she's in Tenpai with a kind of a clunky weight. It's the 5 so's and then the 4 pins.
The
They're a
only thing
little
being that it is the
little
third row,
clunky.
so I'm guessing that this is just to keep
Yeah,
viewership. I don't think
for
she
sure.
necessarily expects to win this.
Oh, yeah, and she'll probably change her weight if she can, like, maybe here on the 6? No. Um, interesting. Uh, I was like, the 6-0 might be a little better of a weight, but it might yeah, it just comes out. But it might be, the 5-0s might be a little too dangerous to cut at this point.
Yeah,
Oh, boy. Huang is going for a I guess now Huang is, like, Hail Marrying for a Chinitsu. Oh, that's Tenpai. Okay. Oh, alright. So now Luce's Tenpai right
that's
now.
probably looking for tempai payments as well.
Yeah, I'd be so tempted to Ricci as Luce because it's Ricci like Dora 2, right? Like it's 5,200 points. It's very tempting. But I do
Possible,
understand.
but it is kind of late game. I'm not sure. I'm not sure she thinks it's probably worth 1,000 to try to hit the
Yeah,
3.
yeah,
Oh,
for sure. Yeah, and it looks like Huang is also just gonna take the Tenpai payments as well. Oh, and loose folded. I
because Luce
missed
drew the
the
seven
fold.
drew the 7 pin that would have paid him the call.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
And so there's a bit of the defense that we see right there. It's like wanted the tempai, but wasn't willing to push that 7 pin.
Yeah, the 7 pin was like, well, she correctly folded. It was the right tile because it would have dealt in. But um, but yeah. Okay. Looking at this hand, Kenyon has 4 pairs. Uh, we don't know if She draws
Not
another pair. She's
not
gonna
not
go. Oh,
not, not really not really the person to necessarily go for Cheetoy. So
yes.
I think she'll take it if she manages. Maybe she manages to draw another pair, but I think there's enough here that you could easily find yourself into a Tanya type hand.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah, I was actually thinking with this hand that she could go for 567 Sanshoku. But she decides to cut the seven pin early, and she is going to go for a Tanyao hand here. Uh and she does have the shapes for it. It is kind of cheap because she has no Dora. So it will be like 1500 point hand. Well, I guess it's 1800 points. It'll be 1800
Yeah,
point hand. And this will be a little dangerous for her if someone else gets a little bit more value. Like let's say Eric over there going for a little bit of a cursed like Honitsu hand. Maybe I think he might even try to like Menzen it. Oh, he draws a Hatsuna too. Okay. Okay, but Kenyon is Tenpai now, so looks like Eric's long, massive hand is not going, well, might not come to fruition here.
he draws. I mean, if he manages to just not draw Kenyon's tile, there'll be some time bought. But
Oh, for
uh,
sure. But it
there's
doesn't
Huang
look
giving
like it.
taking me the 3 pin. So and Huang
Yep.
was on some type of mixture of Tanyao, Chitoy slash Ipeiko, something or other, just trying to figure out something to do with the hand, and the 3 pin was good
Yeah,
for it.
yeah. Oh, well, he knows what he's gonna do with this hand. He has an Anko of Haku, so that's good. It's always good. It's always good to start with Anko of Haku. Uh, yeah. So Huang might open it. We'll have to
Well, it
keep
definitely
chipping
will
away
open
there.
here. You're looking at possible
Oh,
Yaku High Door 1.
drew a Hatsu too? Okay.
Yeah.
He's not gonna, okay, I was like, I don't think he's gonna call that Haku.
I mean,
Well, he
there's
can't get.
if you want to think big, there's even chances for double Yakuhai, Honitsu, Chanta, Dora 1.
Yes,
And
yes, yes,
that
yes.
looks like that's where he might be going with it. So
Yeah, maybe a Honitsu. I think that would
I'm
be
pretty
the
sure that's
one.
gonna. I mean, I don't know. You could probably say because I was not actually ask you to talk about Erica and Huang here. My guess
Mhm.
is Huang would probably push for the Honitsu here.
Yeah, okay, yeah, he draws a 6-mon. This is like a good time to like decide to pivot into the Honitsu. Yeah, yes, you're gonna have to cut the 560, but it's not too bad. Oh, Huang decides
It's
to
not called
keep the
the
Hatsu as his
Hatsu.
pair.
See, that's the reason why I was wondering why you think he discarded the West, because that would allow you to call the Hatsu
That's
and then have
interesting.
a West pair. But it looks
Okay, it
like
looks like
Huang
Huang's being
just wants the
Huang
points, just wants to
is
end the
yeah,
dealership.
he's being disciplined here, and just going for the points. It's a little surprising. I thought he would be a little bit greedier here. So this is interesting to see. And look, it pays off. He wins it right immediately. So you know, decides he'll take the Hakudora one.
Yep, ends the dealership, gets back some of the points. Is above 30,000, so currently sitting in a good second place here as we head to
Hmm.
East 4.
Yeah, and let's see. Looking at Luce's hand as dealer, when you get these four, not exactly the kind of hand you want to see, but is drawing a little bit of shapes to, I mean, a little bit of tiles to, pad out some of uh her shapes, like that 9 pin to extend that 8 pin block.
Yeah, and
Maybe.
just kind of looking else around the table, like there is some, like, I guess Kenyon's hand has some promise, but I think there'll be
Mhm.
enough time for Luz to be able to build something here,
Yeah,
as long as they actually draw tiles, right? So like the
yeah,
two
yeah,
mon
yeah.
there helps.
Suman there helps quite a bit, and it does give her the option to go for a standard hand and maybe not like a cheat toy. Because when I was looking at the draws, it was like, oh, it looks like this hand might be heading towards cheat toy. But okay, look, with that 7-mon draw, it looks like she can go for standard hand, maybe even Rian Peiko. Like maybe we'll see a Rian Peiko. We'll see.
Certainly a possibility, though. Two of the two mons you can see are stuck in other players' hands, so
Hmm.
it's going to take
Ooh.
a little bit. But now, I mean, with that 5 mon, you could even consider just Itsu, just a straight Itsu.
Yeah. or you can go
or
for
just Pinfu if nothing else.
Chinitsu maybe.
Might be a
Am
push,
I
but well,
being
it depends.
is
It
it a little
depends on seeing
greedy
that.
to go for Chinitsu here? A little
Uh,
bit.
I think it would just depend on how she reads the rest of the table and if anybody's close. I mean,
Yeah, and
maybe you
which
might be concerned
tile?
with what Kenyon's got over there, discarding like all those Pinzu at this point.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
you know where the state of her hand might be, but um, probably is not really scared right now or really concerned about Eric or Huang in terms of where their hands are because you can just see a lot of terminals and honors discarded. Uh, so there might be time, but I think if
Oh,
anything, Luz will
okay.
just go ahead and play the standard and just try to get a
Yep.
hand to win with.
I think if you were going for Chinitsu, you would have cheat that two mon, and then you would have a Ramen. You would have the 2-3 waiting on 1-4, and then you cut like 5 pin, and then you cut 8 pin after that. But
Yeah,
because Luce did not go for that line of play, it does seem like she is just going to go for the Pinfu kind of hand. Oh, but she does cut the 5 pin now, so we will see. Oh,
ooh.
that 7 pin con incentivizes Luce a little bit to cut her 8 8 9 pin.
Well, I don't know
Um,
about that. I think I wonder if Luz will be able
ooh,
to
that
use
might be a
that
cheat.
somehow.
That might be. Oh, it's not a cheat. Okay, okay,
Because
very
I
interesting.
think if Luce ends up on some type of Sean Pone weight, that the eight, I mean, one of the eight pins is out, unfortunately. But to wait on something on the other side of that seven wouldn't
Hmm.
necessarily be a bad weight to have. But that's just me, right? I'm not sure
Yeah,
that's what the digital person would do. But
that's
for me,
fair.
seeing that wall of sevens there would make my two eights maybe look a little bit more enticing if I had to
Mm,
have a Sean Pone weight in the end.
yeah, but now like there's only one left, which and like there's no 7 pins, so Luce is kind of just keeping that 8 8 9 the 9 pin around just as like a safe tile because there's very low chance that the 9 pin can deal into anything. Just because of like how just because of like like the 7 pins are
Yeah,
cluttered off, and then it's like one chance. She draws a 2 pin, and I think she's a little too scared to cut it. At this point, so we'll see if she decides to fold out.
I can think of is
Uh,
that she's keeping the two pin because it's basically one of the few tiles that she could still work around. But
mm,
it looks like she's just going to take the
she's
K10, I
trying to
think,
get
because it's
Tenpai.
just well,
She's not Tenpai
it's not
yet.
quite yet.
Yeah,
She Ishan
yeah.
10, but we'll just look for a
Uh, sh-
K10 at this point.
yeah, maybe Tanya if like okay, she's just gonna take Tenpai here, loose. I think unless she
Yeah,
thinks
you'd
the
have to
three
discard
mon.
three mon for that. Yeah.
Yeah, unless she thinks 3 mon's like too cursed. Okay, all right.
So Huang's definitely playing for K10.
Mm-hmm.
Eric's hand is just, I think he's just done at this point. And Kenyon, is that she's Tenpai.
Yeah, yeah, she's Tenpai.
Okay. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, she got to Tenpai like 1 or 2 discards ago. I forget, but she's just um yeah, and then she switched her Tenpai right now, uh, because I guess the 5 is a little too much to cut. And yeah, it looks like it's gonna go to Ryukyoku here, and yeah, Eric folds out, pays 1,000 to everybody.
So I've talked about Kenyon and Luce and a little bit
Mm.
what I know about them. What about for Eric and Huang for you? Your experience with
So,
them?
oh sure. So I haven't played too much with Huang, but I do know he is a little bit greedier than like standard digital play people. He's definitely a little bit greedier than like your average player, and it does sometimes bite him, but like some it does also pay off a lot of the
Well, I mean,
times.
that's the reason why Huang won the spring season was because
Yes,
in that
yes.
last week he scored. How much did he score? Like
It was like
150
150
plus,
points or
something like that.
something. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
and
he just
basically
kind
rocketed
of
up to first place and held on to take the title. So
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely some variability there that could work out, but
Hmm.
yeah,
I mean,
like
that's
you're
marginal for
mentioning,
you.
aggressiveness definitely a little bit more aggressive there. And then what about
Yeah, yeah.
Eric?
Eric is he's pretty I don't know. Yeah. Oh, he's pretty. No, he's pretty defensive. uh he's pretty defensive. He folds out when he needs to, and he is definitely more like digital for sure. Uh
Hmm.
but he does have some, what's the word? There are certain times where he kind of plays like with like a little bit of like the occult, like, he's a little, it's like a he's like kind of like a hybrid, which is kind of interesting. And yeah, that's a good tile pickup by Huang. Might be able to go for like a pinfu for him. uh but Luce is just trying to continue dealerships. So
Yep,
we'll
not much
see
value
who
here
wins
with the
that.
Haku being the Dora and Luz not really having any to begin with, so
Mhm.
we'll just be happy to take the double tone here if possible and continue dealership.
Yeah, and yeah, Huang's hand looks like it's just gonna be Pinfu. If even if even that, like if he low rolls and um draws something, he might not even get Pinfu, depending on what he gets. Okay, well, Luce just gonna go for this Kanchan 4 pin, of
Luz
which
had
is only one left.
drawn the fourth east, but true to form, didn't didn't promote it to a con
Well,
and
I
just
think she would
discarded
have
it for Tenpai.
conned. I think she would have conned if she didn't have to pawn the eight sos. Oh, to say that Kenyon is in Tenpai for 3-6 pin. Which it's just Pinfu. Oh, Sanshoku Takame. Uh, but that's if she draws the 3 pin.
Of which there is only one left in the wall.
Yep. And I don't think Huang is going to cut. Yeah, Huang's not gonna cut the 3 pin or the 6 pin.
I would
And
imagine Eric's not either.
Eric probably won't either, just because like it's quite good in their hand. Oh, it's unfortunate for Kenyon, but Eric now has 4 of the weights.
Yeah, Kitty is
Okay.
now down to
Oh
the
my
final three
goodness.
pin.
Okay. Yeah, this is the last 3 pin, but hey, look, that's the one that she really wants. This is interesting here.
Yeah, Eric's
Okay.
head's certainly getting a little bit more expensive by the draw here.
Mhm. Yeah, he's thinking if the 8-so is good enough to cut. Decides not. Has 3 6 pins, so decides to cut 7 pin, 7 pin, 7 pin. Oh, the last 3 pin, and Huang draws it. That's
So now looking
Huang.
so now looking at Luce then, Luce only has one 4 pin left in the wall with 2 draws left.
Hmm.
And is not gonna come out. So
It's in
both
the dead wall. That's
so both
interesting.
Luce and Kenyon will take their 10 payments, and we are now down to East
He's
with
for
the East
2.
fourth two. Yeah.
Yeah, it's either 2 or 3. Oh yeah, it's 2. It's 2. We have Homebud little thing
Yep,
there.
there is.
Yep. Okay,
Uh
okay.
oh.
Oh, looks like we have a disconnect. Um, I do know that Huang's internet is sometimes spotty. So this, oh, okay, very good. Huang is able to make it back and doesn't lose that crucial Tuman Kanchan fill. That would have been horrific
That would have been,
if he
considering the
missed
rest of the
it.
state of the hand, that would have been really bad.
Yeah, yeah, that Tuman, like, oh god, I came back and I saw, like, I was like, I missed. Oh no, how many draws did I miss? It's like, oh, I missed one, and then I find out that it's like my Kanchan. I would not be happy. I was like, oh,
Can you
of
gonna call
course.
this 9 pin? Because she does have the Yakuhai already. Does
She's
not.
she's thinking about it. Yeah.
Probably
Uh.
because the rest of the hand is a bit disjointed, trying to figure out the rest of it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Having, she might call that now. Would she call
This
that
is so
now?
tempting. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you kind of have
Yeah.
to.
Because you can just go for Toy Toy, like, and then like it's like
Well,
what
I mean,
Ton
it's
Toy Toy?
at minimum is just Yakuhai, right? I think her concern was trying to figure out where the rest of the hand's going to come together, right? Because
Ah,
you have an
sure.
8 pin, a West, a Haku, and oh, now the Haku's been replaced by the 2 pin, but it's
Yeah.
still a bit disjointed. So I think she just kind of wanted to have it a little bit more settled before calling, but did not
Mm-hmm.
have time for that, and now has even
Oh,
less time with Eric declaring Ricci here, waiting on
Kanchan
just before
Forso.
Forso. Yep.
That's Ricci Door 2 is 5200, but like Huang, if Huang gets Tenpai, I think Huang is going to chase. Oh, I really thought that was gonna be Tenpai. Um, because there's not too much information, and Huang, and it's like, well, like maybe you just kind of go
Yeah, and
here.
Kenyon actually took the other side here because she had managed to draw the pair of Wests, and
Mm-hmm.
literally there wouldn't have been much to figure out what to discard anyways. So
Yes.
Kenyon just decided to take the West because there was already one cut by Huang, but she could have easily kept it, just discarded it as something else because it would have been equally just as dangerous. Like if you thought about it and tried to push for the hand, but just figures, you know what, it's not worth it for tone only.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a little rough for Luce here. Decides Luce is kind of folding, but it might kill her at the end because she did cut the 5 so, but like it might mean that the 4 so might come out. Uh, maybe depending, like let's say like a 1/7 so come out, like that 4 so might come out, which would be bad for her. Yeah, and gimmick is kind of just chilling.
Hey.
Probably gonna
So
cut the yeah.
I'm just trying to think here because Luce is I did call that 456. I'm
Mhm.
not quite sure.
Each.
Like
Ooh,
if you
it's a
were planning on
tenpai.
pushing the hand, you would have discarded 7 pin. But I'm not quite sure what the angle was
Oh,
with regards to it. But it's got to be a fold now with Huang declaring Ricci as well.
yeah, but it's kind of hard, right? Like, what are you gonna? There's not too much you have to fold with. Oh, it looks like I'm lagging a little bit. Um, but yeah, it looks like loose cuts. Oh, that's technically tenpai, but yeah, it's not. Loose can't win off of it, so and you have to cut like really cursed tiles. So she decides ultimately not worth it.
There's the fold.
Oh, unfortunate. Let's see if he gets an Ura. No Ura.
No,
Unfortunate.
but that does actually put Eric into third place here by a small fraction.
Hmm. Yep. And as dealer for Huang has a pair of nuns, and it is the beginning of South finally, and he is drawing some pretty. He's drawing pretty good tiles right now. Like that's solid. Uh,
Do you
it might
expect a
not
push
be.
for Honeytsu here, or do you just think it's gonna be discontinuation of dealership?
So oh.
Okay, with that Hatsu draw, I think the answer might be
Oh,
clear. What do you
this is a
think?
question. Yeah, this is like it's like debatable at this point. Like it can go either way. Like you can
Okay.
cut 5, 10, 6 pin here, but like it's like a little it's like a little too greedy. And honestly, I would have said yes. You do this. But we saw before that Huang decided, oh, gets rewarded for not being greedy. But yeah, I like I said earlier, how I was kind of surprised that he didn't go for the half flush before. Um, because he didn't go for it before, I'm not surprised that he doesn't go for it at this point. And Eric does draw Adora to extend his 6, 7, 8 mon block to 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe go for like a Itsu. Well, we'll see. We'll see what he decides to do eventually.
So you're saying Huang here is like kind of showing a different side here, maybe not being as aggressive as what we were normally used to seeing.
Home.
Yeah, or he's just going for a little bit of little less greedy plays, which I think is good for him. Like every time he's been not greedy, like it's paid off. Um like he like sumoed, I think, the one hand where he decided not to go for the Honitsu. And yeah. It was a little unfortunate that he dealt in, but like, he had a Ryumen and he dealt into like a Kanchan with like 2 Dora. So it's like kind of unfortunate. So I think it's good. Things are looking, pretty good for him despite the score situation.
I'm trying to figure out what that last south is. Nobody actually has it. It's in the wall, but I think the later on this hand goes and not seeing that south, I'm not sure anybody else who draws it who's not Huang will look at that and be like, I don't know. Doesn't matter though, because that 4 does come
Doesn't
out.
matter. Yep. Yeah, Huang's just trying to, keep dealer. With this hand, maybe this could be pretty good for him, but nothing too crazy. Eric with also looks like a faster hand than Huang, but still like not too great. Same with Kenyon and Loose, but that extra pay draw for Loose is
It's
gonna be
just a
pretty
tad
good.
late because the North had already come out from the other players, so no Yakuhai there. We'll just have to use the
Yeah,
North as a pair, but
not
also
gonna even
use
be
no Pinfu.
Pinfu.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of rough, but I think she'll take if she draws like the 8 mon here. I think she'll just take like a Ricci. Do you take a Ricci Dora one? It's just 2,600. Like,
I would, considering it's a 6-9 weight, so it's a quality weight, and the 8 was
mm,
discarded turn 1.
oh, but what about with
So
this draw? Okay.
so at this point, I would say that like if Loose manages to get the 6-9 weight as their final weight, I'm sure they'll take it. If they
Okay.
have to take the Kanchan weight with that 579 mon as it currently stands, not sure.
Not
They'll
sure.
probably
Okay.
still hit the button anyways, just because it's Ricci and you do have people who are called. But
Mhm.
um, I think I
Oh,
think any of us would rather have the Ryanman weight as opposed to the Kanchan weight.
of course, of course. Oh, now this is a choice. Yep. Okay, 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 okay. So, now if Loose draws like a 7 mon, she might cut Pei Pei,
Yeah,
and try to go for Tanya Pinfu, and maybe even snag like pick up another Dora, maybe even go for Ipeko. Like, she has options now. Uh, but it might be a little too slow.
again, Senpai waiting for Fremon could have technically decided to go for a Tonki weight because a three mon Penchon isn't exactly the best. So I mean, I'm not sure.
Mhm.
To me, switching it up to like a Tonki weight, probably to me, it wouldn't have been the worst.
Oh,
Um,
draws another Dora. Okay, okay. So I
so
guess he
probably
cut.
7mon. Okay, so they're going to go 5/7 mon instead.
Interesting,
I thought maybe
interesting.
it could have been 2/7 so that you just continue discarding the outside tiles, but um, we'll go
Yeah.
instead and discard the 5/7, and the 7 is going to be a lot safer considering what's been discarded out on the field and what they can see.
And
Oh
oh,
my
Dama, you
gosh!
Dama this. Yeah, you Dama. Yeah,
Yeah,
so good. It's just
that
Ipe
nine,
Kodor
that nine,
2.
whoever draws that 9, so it's going to be so dangerous.
Yeah, I'm like looking around. I was like, is
It
there
won't
any
fit anywhere
reason
except for
to
maybe
suspect?
Eric. Oh, it's not
Yeah,
going to fit in
well,
Eric's hand anymore. I'm imagining like the 7 cell might drop.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
6 mon doesn't look that bad. Uh,
リーチ
but oh, Lewis decides to hell with it. I'm gonna let my intentions be known. Let's just call Ricci here. Uh, did Sumogiri?
that 9, so he's looking even better to discard. I think.
Yeah, I think
Like
maybe she
I
was
would
like,
set up
oh, it looks
something on
good.
turn. Oh
Oh,
no!
oh, I don't think
Oh
Kenny's not gonna cut. Oh
no!
my
There it
god,
is.
no!
No, see, for me personally, like setting a trap like that on turn 1 with like the 8 pin there or with the 8 so there, I would do that. Loose would never do that. That was never planned for Loose. Loose would just
Oh no, no,
proactively
it's
discard
just
that 8
happened that
so
way.
to just figures that they were going to take the Ryanman 6/9, and it just never came, and it just set the perfect trap. And unfortunate for Kenyon, she falls into it and also falls into second place, and now Loose has the lead here heading into South 2.
Oh,
Oh, but look at this hand
this
for
looks like a
Eric.
half flush. This looks like a half flush for Eric. Yeah, Eric's gonna just Like you just go at this point.
I mean, this is
Does still
12,000. This is
yeah.
12,000.
You do still keep the 6-so instead of the 3-so, just in case you draw like a 5-so or something. But like no, just decides
No,
to call the
this is
coin.
just go.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like there was like a low chance, like a very low chance that he keeps a 6-so. Like maybe he gets like Hatsu Richi Hatsu like Dora 1 or something. I don't know. But like the Honitsu is just too tempting.
I would imagine that Hatsu's going to
Ooh.
come out from Huang if they can get some tiles that are more useful here.
Oh
Because
yeah, for
it's
sure.
Dora 2 over there. Unless they
Yeah,
think they
yeah.
can get the Hatsu, right? But
Yeah, I think he's trying to go for like Nandora too. Did you say
yeah,
3,900? Maybe even 8,000 if he gets like another Dora. I think the Hatsu's gonna come out now. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, interesting, interesting. Yeah, Eric's just Eric. We know what Eric's doing. Like yeah, nothing to hide here. Kenyon kind of trying to get into Tenpai. She is Ishanten. It's not great. Okay, well Eric does get.
but
Oh,
she's got her Yakuhai, so
that's a tune. That's a tune. Okay. Yeah, that's really good for her. She needs to draw the last 4-so. Oh, that's
she could shift
Tenpai.
out. She could
This is
shift
temp.
out.
This is she's damaing this. Okay, interesting. I imagine she's waiting a little bit to see if she can improve her weight, but she might reach this.
The only reason why I think she might not is because she doesn't have Dora and
No,
Dealer is sitting with Dora. Or Dealer's
she's
sitting on Dora's suit, right? Honitsu in the
yeah,
Dora suit. I don't
yeah.
know if she'd reach this.
Okay. That's fair. And also she's like really close to first place. Now I'm looking at the scores. So she might just take a 1,300 points. Um and she can also incorporate a Dora. Like I feel like if she draws a Dora, she might reach it on the 6-mon.
Doesn't matter that Dora does
But
come
doesn't
out
matter.
from Luz's hand, so
Yeah.
lead switches again. So now Kenyon with the 700-point lead heading into her dealership in South 3.
Yep.
Her hand doesn't. Unfortunately, there's probably some work to be had.
Ooh. Huang has 9. He might go for this. No, he doesn't.
He
Okay,
doesn't.
interesting.
Okay.
Very interesting. I'd be tempted. Uh because the hand doesn't have a whole lot going for it. I mean, I guess you do have like a 5-6-so and like a pair of 6-mon. So you do have that going for you. That's a good draw
Well,
for
there's another
Luz.
one. And the thing is that
Okay.
if you notice, this is something that I think was mentioned and was one of the highlights in the mid-season show when Garth had that dealer Baimon, I believe it was, that Takahiro across from him had just held on to the Yakuhai tiles, partially as a hedge, but I think also so that maybe they could get a Yakuhai out of it because the rest of the hand wasn't that great. I mean, that's probably the reason why you probably saw Huang keep some of those in case they ended up getting a pair of those Yakuhai that they could call because they got the West, so they could easily go for West, but probably looking for a little bit more there. So now that hand's starting to come together.
Yeah, it looks like Huang's like once again not being greedy is slowly paying off, filling those really like bad weights is going very well for him, and same with like it looks like Kenyon's going for the half flush here as well.
She's
And Eric
kind of going for it, but I think that if you look at the way that her tiles right now, this might actually be a bluff here because, I mean, she has no Yakuhai to speak of, right? And
okay,
the rest of the hand's not coming together. So if she can bluff this for a while, maybe get people to be a little bit scared about building their hands in a certain direction.
Oh, Sumo. Okay.
Oh,
I was looking at it. I was like, there's like none. I was like, oh, the 4 pins are all on the wall. Like she might just Luce might just sumo that. And she does. Okay. Like neutralizing I think it's who was neutralizing Eric's like potentially really massive like Sanchoku, Pinfu, Tanyao hand. So that is good. Getting into last here. Let me all last and loose. Yeah, does secure first place with that for now. Every things can change. There's a lot of things that could happen here. Like a direct hit Mangan from anyone will put you into at least will put you into
Well,
third.
Sumo Mangan from either Eric or Huang. Well, okay, not from Eric, because Eric that would put him in third or second.
Would it? Would it?
Because if it was a direct hit Mangan, that'd be 32-4. Luce would have been at 32-1, but Kenyon has 33-8, so it wouldn't have been enough to take first, but it would be enough to take second.
No. Like no. A Mangan Sumo is enough to Gyakuten. Yeah, because Luce's dealer.
Kenyon would have been down at 31-8. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So Sumo Mangan for either Eric or Huang, like I originally said, would put them in first.
Yeah. So it's like anyone's game right now. And Eric's just going for this Honitsu with the 5 unconnected honor tiles. He's going. Would that be enough?
Not enough for first, but at least if nothing else, get themselves out of last year.
Yeah, I think that's his goal right now is to get out of last or bring Kenyon below 30K. I think is what he wants. Like ideally, oh, that's unfortunate. Ideally, he gets actual Chinitsu and then has a chance at Gyakuten. But Chinitsu's kind of far.
And the problem for Huang at this point, I mean, we finally see Eric starting to discard some of those honors, is that Huang's looking for that Haku, and one of them is in Eric's hand, but he's not giving it up. Just
Mochi.
That's not good for either of them. Oh no!
I mean, it's okay. Eric can take the shot.
Yeah, but it would be Yakuhai Honitsu, right? So that's still not enough to take first. They would need to have both of the Yakuhai. So in that sense, trying to take first is going to be near impossible at this point unless Huang decides to give up that pair of Haku. And I'm not sure they're going to do that because I think they need that for value as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Huang is gonna like Huang's outs here are to Ricci and get like an Uradora, because if you Ricci Dora 1 and then maybe he can get like 2 Ura for the Mangan if he Tsumos is I think realistically that's is that a Ricci? I think that's a Ricci for Huang. Yeah. Yep. Because it doesn't put you behind, it doesn't put you in last. So he's still in third right now, and he can in his mind he doesn't know that all his tiles are being held by Eric. But
yeah, fully mochi.
yeah.
He thought one serving of mochi was bad.
Eric might deal in. Eric might deal in.
Well, it depends, because if he gets three,
Eric might deal in. Eric might deal in.
That might deal in.
Yeah, this might deal in. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Which means that no placement has changed. But Huang keeps his third.
Huang keeps his third. It's a minus 6.1. Luce does hold on to win game number 1 here of the championship with a plus 21.1. Kenyon in second at the plus 8.8. You already mentioned Huang at the minus 6.1, and Eric unfortunately takes the forced fourth here on the championship at minus 23.8. But if you think about it, looking at the scores here,
I mean, they're really small.
It's really small. Like this, you can't necessarily say it's all zeros, but I mean, it's kind of as close as you can get.
I mean, you took like what? It was like a 36K first and like a 20K fourth, like 21K fourth. That's like really close.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how long of a break we will have for the second.
No, but they're gonna start here in under a minute here. So
they're okay.
They're going right into the second game here. So
yeah.
So what do you think of the first game here? Since we have just a little bit of time here.
Oh sure. I thought it was a very solid game. Some of the players made decisions that I wouldn't do but that I understand. Like it's like, oh yes, okay. I was like, oh, like I think one of the hands Kenyon decides to, she decides to open her hand and cheapen it and go for speed, and in one of the moments, and I was like, oh, it's interesting because I probably would have tried to get into Tempai on my own. It's a bit of a slight, like personal, like game. How do I say this? Like a personal preference, yeah. Of
Mm.
what happened there, and I'm not entirely sure like what would be like the correct play. I think they're both like solid lines of play. It's just I was like it was interesting to see what some other players would do in a situation. Ooh, that's a door draw. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So loose here, starting dealer
This is
Huang is
so
south, Kenyon as west, and Eric as north. And as you mentioned, loose has double Dora. Can't call for this, but they're
no, but
very
this
close
hand
to
is
Senpai and won't need to.
yeah, this hand is so fast. Are you like this is wild. And like she can even get like 1 2 3 Sanshoku or 1 2 3 or 2 3 4 Sanshoku. Like it's like possible. Like yeah, I think she because she has the two Dora, she's like, oh, I don't really need to go for like you don't really need to hedge that hard for like 1 2 3 Sanshoku.
Nope,
At
just
this
give
point.
yourself the biggest, widest draw to get yourself into Tenpai.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. 1 2 3 4. She does have the 6 blocks, and I think she's gonna cut the 8 pin. Oh my god.
My
Okay.
God!
Yikes. Okay, this is so disgusting. If she wins this
So,
hand,
so
it's gonna like
12,000 on the table. Could be more. Could be even more if they manage to hit Ura.
yeah.
Would love the 3-pin draw, and there's still 3 in the wall here.
Mm-hmm. Huang is Tempai. Yeah. So you jam that for the 4 5 7 mon weight. I don't think Luce cares. If Luce gets Tempai, like Luce is just gonna like reach you this. Because there's no Akadora in this format, she knows that she has basically all the value.
Yeah.
So how big can Huang's hand really be? And it's just a Ricci Nomi. Maybe Pinfu if he draws the 4 7 mon. But if it's the 5 mon, it's just Ricci Nomi. Um oh okay.
Not gonna draw 7. I didn't
Yeah.
imagine that based upon the discards there. It's gonna make the hand a little bit more awkward to deal with. Oh,
Yeah, but
never
I
mind.
no,
Forget I said that.
you cut
You
two
just
pin.
draw a pair of 7, so you're good.
You cut 2 pin and then you try to get the Tempai to with like 4 pin, or you cut the 2 7
I would say
sos.
probably it's 2 7 sos because the 4-pin is not safe. And I think if Luke's
Yeah.
looking for Tempai at all, the 2 7 sos make more sense, even if it
Yes.
is a Kanchan weight.
Yes, I do agree.
No,
But it
never
doesn't
mind.
matter. It's just Richie Nomi though. Richie Suno, of course. Oh,
Nope.
one Ura.
One
Okay.
Ura, so it's 4,000. So
Yep. 2K,
still,
1K, 2K.
yep,
Yep.
not small at all. So
Unfortunately, Luce doesn't get that monster hand that early. I was about to say because I was like, oh, we were talking about how last game the scores were so close, and I was like, oh, if Luce wins this hand, it will not be close immediately.
Well, the only thing for Loose was that they were kind of stuck with that 2 4 pin shape, and I mean, like, okay, that's one shape, but not
Mhm.
only that, but because of the 1 2 3, so it's not callable. So she's gonna have to draw those tiles unless she magically gets the 4 so, and then you can go for Tanya, right? And
Yes.
to me, that's one of the things that's more important. It's not just a hand having value, but the flexibility you have to call. Because at that point, with 3 door, Tanya 3 door is 12,000.
Yeah, it
You
doesn't
don't
matter.
care
You can
about having
open.
to reach that. You just want to win it.
Yeah.
But with the
Yeah, I
one, two,
think
three, so it just made that part of it that much harder.
yeah, for sure. And like we all know. We've all been there. We're like, please give me the force.
Just
Give me
let
the
me
force though.
call.
Let me call, please. I'll even cheat it. I think I think she would even cheat it and then like
Yeah,
wait
she
a
could
turn to
discard
cut
like
the
the
one.
7 so and then discard the 1 later. Yeah,
Discard the
just
one later.
give me
Yeah,
something,
like
anything. Yeah.
for sure, for sure. But back to this hand, Huang does have a chance to get 7 8 9 Sanshoku. And I think that's about it. He has one Dora. Kenyon's hand is really, 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 really wide.
Yep, definitely pin through
She
opportunities incorporating the Dora. But
yeah, she has
actually, I'm
one
looking at
extra
Eric's
block.
hand
All right, what's going on with
across the
Eric's
way.
hand? Do. Oh, okay.
And there's definitely some. I mean, like it's just as wide. Plus, Plus, he already has one
he
Dora.
has 2 Dora.
Oh, two Dora. Sorry. Yeah. And
Yeah.
now you're looking at possible. I mean, the 4-pin doesn't help there, but I mean, you could have. I mean, if we're thinking big round Keiko, right? Like you were mentioning before.
That is an option. And I do think that if Eric draws like a 8-pin or like a 9-pin or something, that he'll cut the 4-mon and the 2-mon.
Yeah.
And
It's
he's
easily
just
the
kind of
weakest
keeping it
block
around.
there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. And yeah, Kenyon now has a choice and decides to cut the 8-9-mon and probably is gonna go for a Richi Pinfu, ideally drawing the Dora, waiting on 147-mon. I think
Yep.
that's
Hopefully to get
the
two Dora out of this.
Yep.
Eric though is
Each.
now Tenpai.
Now Tenpai. Does he Richi? He does Richi. Yep. Very normal
2 5.
Ryamen weight.
So there's one of each.
Wait, is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
Oh no, there's only 1
7?
2 so
No, there's
left.
only
Sorry.
1 2 left. Yeah. And looking around, I don't think anyone is going to cut them. Maybe Loose if she gets a 6-0, and maybe Huang. But we'll see. Kenyon just cutting Pepe.
Yeah, probably will Mawashi here if possible, but could just be probably just folding.
Yeah, I think Mawashi is like totally fine because she has she can cut the 9-mon. She got a pair back, so she's back into Ishanten, and now this is Tanya Pinfu. So she might be tempted to
Oh,
go for
okay. We'll Dama
okay.
this.
She's Damaing this. Because the one so just got cut, so it's gonna be it's like a little better. Also, she could get 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku. If she draws a 7-pin, I think she might call Richi because then it's
She's
confirmed
down to one.
Sanshoku.
She's down to 1-1 though, so it's 1v1 at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting to see who's gonna get their last tile.
Well, Kenyon's got.
Oh,
There's the last two.
The last two, but okay. Look, let's see. Oh, okay. Huang is just fully folding out, and yep, okay. They just take their tenpai payments. Interesting. Now we're in East 3 with Kenyon as the new first dealer. Looking at her hand,
not inspired joy.
no, not really. Maybe you can go for like 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku. I know I say Sanshoku a lot. But it's like the way to get like some free value. When your hand's kind of like not looking too hot. But I don't think that's gonna happen.
Eric's got Dora 2 and Yakuhai, so that's almost that could be like 39 or 5200 over there.
Yeah.
Very quick, assuming that Haku comes out from somewhere.
For sure. I imagine that's like the line that Eric is seeing right now. That's a good 5-so draw by Kenyon, but across the way, looking at Loose. Oh, that's a great draw for Loose. So now you cut the 7-pin, and now you can
You're talking about Sanshoku. There it is again.
Yes, and it could even be Junchan, which would be nuts. Junchan Sanshoku Doro 1. If that's like Dama, that's a Hanuman. That's so disgusting. That's so fast. Like, I really want to see it. Like, I want to see Loose draw a 1-pin. Like, Loose draw the 1-pin. Okay, Eric's gonna call that. It might maybe this won't happen, which would be sad. I do want. Oh my god, do you Dama this, right? No, I mean it's just nothing right now.
So,
like I don't think you take this.
So you'd have to Dama discarding the 4-pin, and you have to pray to God that you get the 3. But Loose is gonna go ahead and take the Richi here. I guess the reason why is just because the improvements on this are so little. I mean, you'd have to either fix up your 2-4 pin or draw the 4-so. and then
No,
maybe
no, no, no,
you're
no,
good.
no, 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 no. Okay, so you dama, you cut the foreman, right? And all you need to draw is the one pin. And then that's it. You just draw the one pin. You can also get pin food if you draw the 5 pin. But like, let's be real, like you don't want that.
See,
Loose.
but
It's
there's the
unfortunate.
Forso. Yeah. So wait one turn. Not just the wait one turn Ricci, but wait one turn. You could have Ricci for the to confirm the Sanchoku, but that's
Yeah, but
not the
then it's
universe we're living in right
yeah,
now.
yeah, it'd be Richie Sanchoku Doro 1, which would be 8,000. Like I don't know. Like, okay. So I guess this is where there's the 5 pin for Pinfu, but
So 6-9 for Eric for Yakuhai Dora 3 for 8,000.
つも
Oh
yeah,
my god,
you
that's the
know,
last 3
nice,
pin.
nice,
If Lou saw what was over
Bro.
there, she might be like, "Oh my god, I could have had a Sanchoku," but if she looks over there, I think she'll just take that what she
I mean,
got right
after
there.
the pawn, you're like, I'll take it. Just get me out.
Just get me out of here. I do
Get
not
me
want
out
to
of
pay
this
into that.
hand. Yeah. Oh, that's a real early chi by Luce. Going for the Honitsu. Okay, I see. Chanta
Honitsu
Honitsu.
Chanta, yeah.
Yeah. Like solid. Also drawing all these random terminals. Maybe going for just Chanta, but I doubt it's gonna be just Chanta. It's probably gonna be Honitsu.
Oh no, if
Drawing
you
all
keep on
these
drawing the
terminals.
other terminals outside of Pinzu.
And Huang is just like dying to make a call here.
Except that the Haku is Mochi Mochi.
Yeah, again, Mochi Mochi Hakus. Oh, so yeah, now it looks like maybe Luce is gonna go for a just a Chanta.
Huang not being the 2 of the Hatsus are out. Okay, never mind. But then drawing that Hatsu
So that's
doesn't matter anymore.
Senpai for Eric. Waiting on Mochi Mochi on the Haku. So that's not gonna come. But the 2 pins, there's 1 2 pin. So we'll see if Eric can somehow find it.
Eric would have to switch this to Toy Toy for that 2 pin to actually work.
That is true. He is Aruzuke. So if he draws it, he might cut Haku for Tanyao, but like I don't. It's like
The only way I think he would actually be able to do that is if like he got say like the 6-0, because if he drew the 4, it'd be hard having discarded the 3 earlier.
Yeah.
So I think they're pretty much stuck at Mochi Mochi at this point, which is unfortunate for Eric. And it'll be unfortunate for Huang also, just because
interesting. Okay,
technically
Huang
one of their
is
outs will be gone.
Yeah. Huang is being a little greedy here. Cutting the 2-4 going for the Honitsu. Looks like everyone wants Pinzu Honitsu.
Yeah, I think that's probably the reason why Huang decided to be greedy, is because of the fact that there's just, outside of Eric discarding the Pinzu, nobody else has.
Yeah, it's a little rough, but okay. He is going to not. He is going to take the less greedy option. Actually, no. He can go for Toy Toy. He's like he abandoned the Honitsu because he drew the second force. So and now he's thinking of the Toy Toy, which and Kenyon decides to pass the non pawn. Interesting.
This looks like this is like she's gonna. I think she's playing for the Itsu at this point.
Okay.
Maybe.
Oh, that's a good draw.
Okay, never mind. So that's
she can get into like an Entotsue if she draws a 2 pin. Like I think.
Yeah.
But like she'd be free 10 if she goes through the Entotsue. So maybe not.
I don't know. It's Dora 3. I mean,
but it's free 10. Like she can't. What is she not gonna? I think ideally she wants to pawn she wants the non to the pawn. Yeah. And I don't know if Eric's gonna call this and cut Haku. He doesn't. Oh, that's Tenpai.
God.
That's Tenpai.
Owl's 3 pin?
Yeah. You definitely go for the.
Oh no, you take this.
Oh, take the Kanchan.
She goes for the 2 pin because that's what Huang discarded before.
She takes the Kanchan. Interesting.
Not knowing that Eric has 2 of the 2 pin now,
yeah, but Eric might cut it. Eric might cut it now. Because it's Kabed. It's Kabed off, and also he just cut the 5 pin. So I think the 2 pin looks the safest. Aside from
I'm not sure because, like, why would Kenyon still have the 3 if after the 4 pin con? Wouldn't you be worried with anything in that 1, 2, 3 range at this point?
Yeah, a little bit. A little, and also like her discards are kind of like signaling Pinzu Honitsu.
Yeah, and see, the Sozu are easily safe to discard at this point.
Yeah. Looks like Eric's just like fully folding out.
So
what? Both nuns are dead. Well, no, there's one. Okay. I was about to say. I was like, excuse me. They're both in the dead wall. That's so messed up. But
I mean,
no,
I can understand Kenyon's play there for waiting for that 2-pin Kanchan, but yeah, it's just unfortunate because Eric had been sitting on the 2 2-pins and just couldn't call the win, obviously, because it was Otozuke. So
yeah,
did not work out. But
yeah, I would have been. I think I might have been tempted to try to Dama and like try to get someone cutting the second non and just getting the non, or like something like
it wasn't
that.
no, but that wasn't that. No, that was East 4 though, wasn't it? Because Eric was no 10, wasn't he?
Oh,
Yeah, because Kenyon's South wasn't actually a Yakuhai, so she'd have to reach that to actually win it.
she'd have to reach you that. Yeah.
It was just a matter of if it was going to be the 2-pin Kanchan or the South 1-pin, or the South 1-pin, I think it was.
Yeah. Okay, so she had to call Ricci. Okay. Yeah, I think I do. Okay, yes, you bring up a good point. Cutting the 3-pin really late is like very suspicious. But like maybe I think she was just looking at it at like like the 4-pin just got unconned. Like 2-pin, like if people have nothing better, like it might come out.
Yeah.
Is I think the line that she was going for. This is Ishanten for loose. If she cuts like either one of, she just has to cut one of her blocks, so she has too many blocks.
Oh, okay.
Oh, interesting. She goes headless. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I think when I'm in Ishanten, I don't like being headless. Okay. Well, that's
Well,
Tenpai,
this is Tanya Dora 1 waiting on the
Yeah.
7. So,
and as in your dealer, so that's what 7,700, like 3 and 40. Yeah. So you just take that. Yeah, but it looks like Huang is mawashing into a bigger hand. Potentially.
Kenyon
Ooh,
had the 2 norths to cut, so
yeah.
could certainly buy some time right now.
And she draws a
before having to make a
CG
decision.
9. Yep. Like nothing. There's nothing like too cursed coming out yet. Maybe this Tumon might be the first really cursed tile, but nope. It's a 3-so, which is not the greatest either, but it is safe.
Now, Eric also sitting Ishan 10 at this point.
Yeah. It's a little rough because the Haku's like 1 cut, but if Eric gets Ryamen Tenpai, I think he'll go for it, but he doesn't know that 3 pins are being taken up in Luce's hand.
Yeah, and that 5-pin is not enjoyable at all because you do not want to cut Dora here. So you see the 8-9 mon probably being discarded, and maybe they're just gonna hope they can somehow get to a Tanya waiting on Dora Tonki.
Yeah,
actually,
this.
Actually, it's better now because if you can somehow the 2-so is safe. So there is a path to Tenpai here, but you're going to need some 3-pin help, and you're just not going to get it.
You're not going to get a 3-pin. Yeah, and you can see everyone has a 2-pin in their hand. Like, what am I going to do with this? It's like it's not safe.
Oh, and there's a 7.
There's a 7. Okay, Richie Tandora, and then Uradora for Mangan. Yep.
Oh,
Luce gets it.
Yeah, and I think that came about because Huang had drawn the 4-pin, and so it was in the same situation that Eric was not too long ago. It's like, great, I can actually use this Dora now because all I gotta do is wait for the 3-pin. The 7-so doesn't fit anymore, so I'll just continue going for it. And oh, wait, did Luce discard? No, Luce discarded the 4-so a couple turns prior. So the 7, at least for Suji wise, at least
Yeah,
we things like maybe it's a little safer, but unfortunately it was a Kanchan weight, and the answer was no, it wasn't. So
yeah. But looking over here, solid hands. It looks like there's solid hands all around. Like Loose has very good shapes. Only like one really bad shape, which is a 2-4. But like I don't think she minds having like Kanchan Dora shape over there. She can accept the Dora. Huang has, Parahatsu, has a lot of pairs. There's a lot of his tiles are like very close together. Um, I imagine that like I imagine his hand getting to Tenpai relatively fast too. Draws a door to get the Ryumen. Gonna cut the 9th mon probably at this point, and is gonna be Ishanten. Okay, it takes the other Ishanten, cuts the Tuso, to go for. I imagine it's gonna be a Hatsu 5 Shabo for Richi Dora 1,
yeah,
and
the only issue for Huang is that he discarded the 1 on turn 1. So they're gonna have to they probably gonna have to redraw the 1/4 to be able to do anything with this.
Yeah,
Or
it
they're
takes
just
the
gonna take the furry
Furitan.
10.
Interesting. Yeah, I think you have to call the Hatsu here, and then you're just gonna have to like change your weight a little. Like ideally, Huang Sumos, but like ideally you draw like a 5 mon, and then you can like slowly pivot into the Kanchan, or you can draw the Dora and be
You can
Shabo on the Dora too.
if loose had managed. I mean, oh, never mind. There it
Oh, it's too late. Okay.
is.
Yeah, Atsadora. And yeah, everyone was getting like dangerous, like everyone was getting like to Tempai and everything. So it's really, uh, you know, what a relief for Huang over there because he doesn't really have that much value. Oh, and it looks
And
like we're rebooting in.
so here's the thing: we're sitting in South 2 right now. Huang being dealer. It's a minus 6.1 after the first one, sitting in last. I mean, it is a set. This is a 4-game set, so there's definitely still some time. But I would have to imagine you'd want to at least finish second here. So you need to try to make something out of your
Oh
dealership
yeah,
here. And the hand here actually looks
the
like it's
hand
going to
is very
oblige.
conducive. Very conducive to that, and also yeah, increases your you know, increasing that block shape to a 1-1-2 so to accept, maybe you draw a pair somewhere else and then you can like accept a 3 so. I don't particularly like holding like in this situation where I have like where I have the 1-1 so and the 4-5. I don't really like having the 2 so because it's like kind of like a floating tile. And if you draw like a 3 so, like it already gets used up by like the 4-5 so. So
Yeah, but
I
the
personally
only
it's
argument I have against that is just because, and I don't know if you had mentioned it, but there were opportunities for Sanshoku in that hand. I mean,
yes, yes.
realistically, you just want to win this and go on to the next hand.
Mhm.
But that was a possibility, and actually, here we're getting close to something that might actually be for Tanya. And as I said
Yeah,
that,
I'm going
as I
for
was thinking
Tanya
about that,
here.
yeah, we're discarding the pair of 1-sos here, looking for Tanya, a little bit
Yeah,
more extra value here,
yeah,
especially
it's a
with three
l
1-pins cut. The chance of not getting a Tanya out of this are less likely now.
yeah, but on the same note, because there's 3 1 pins, like, effectively half of your Ryumen weight is gone, right? Like,
That's true.
part of the nice thing about Ryumens is that, like, oh, you have, like, the weight is very wide, right? But, like, in this situation, Huang intentionally, um, being a little greedier, going for a little more value with the Tanyao,
Now I have a question for
might
you.
hurt him.
Where are the other Souths?
I don't know. They're in the
Because
wall.
Eric is certainly looking for one right now, but
Mhm. And Luce just wants to end this, and,
yeah.
yeah, if
Well,
you're Huang, you kinda just have to keep going.
This is Otozuke on the last north.
Yeah, but, so it might be a while before Luce finds it, but, I'm pretty sure it'll just come out. Um, Huang is also, Ishanten, uh, just waiting around. See, Eric is trying to get there. I don't think the con's gonna come out, and it doesn't. And yeah, Eric's hand is also, um, almost there. It's like still needs some tiles. You chi this and go Arazuke. No. Oh, let's okay. Okay. Oh, Damas. Okay. Interesting.
And there's the 3.
Look at this. Like I've been telling you, like he's been not greedy, and it's been paying off.
So you just hadn't seen this from him. Have you seen him
Well,
play
like
in
I haven't
person?
I haven't played him that often. Oh, that's a lot of terminals. But she's not the type though. She's really not the type. Like I don't think
Sure.
Kenyon like does she go for Kokushi? Like
I'm pretty sure there's not really any other options left on the board.
like it's like she's not the type to go for a Kokushi at 8. Like I don't think she is. She might go. It might just be like a Honitsu push. Oh my, I think she might be going for it. That's wild.
I don't.
Okay.
She's not opposed to getting a Yakuman if it presents
No,
itself.
of course not. But look, that she got kind of punished there. She cut 4. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay.
I mean, the hand is relatively nothing otherwise, right? So,
Or I mean, you could have went for a Pinzu Honitsu. It would be like egregiously slow because she has like 5 like honor tiles that are just like chilling. But like I don't know. I guess she's also in second place, so she could try to go for it. And also the fact that you're going for Kokushi means that you're gonna just by nature end up with like a lot of safe tiles, just in
but here's
case
the other
someone's
thing,
going
right?
Orichi.
So she hasn't discarded any of the Manzu yet.
Mhm.
So
Yes, it could.
she's
It's like a
technically
bait.
bluffing 2 things at this point. She's
Yes.
you could either say she's going for Kogoshi or she's going for Manzu Honitsu. You don't necessarily know which one yet, and so that might buy her a little bit of time, especially if she does draw some more Manzu.
Oh,
but she's just drawing
okay.
pairs of all the terminals at this point.
It's only a second pair. It's fine. It's fine. Huang, I might go for a. This is interesting. It could be Pinfu Itsu. I think is the play for Huang here. Richi Pinfu Itsu.
Well, this is
Oh,
okay,
you Richi
this is
this?
a go. This has got to be a
This
go.
is you just Richi this. Like you just have to send this.
Oh, no. Furry 10. This is Furry 10.
Yeah, but like you just go. Oh, doesn't take the. It just takes the. Okay. Takes the Novaton. Oh man, I would have been so tempted to take the
Kinney's drawn her third terminal pair or third honor pair.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a call and go? You think?
Yeah. Cause like okay, she's gonna have to cut like a bunch of random honors, and she's like, I'm fine with that.
And that's a call. That's a call. She's going.
Yeah. You cut. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cut one mon. Like you don't. Oh boy. All right. Erickson.
Okay, so that's a 5/8 mon.
It's 5/8 mon.
I mean, you can hold on. See, even at this
point.
Oh
yikes! Okay, Kenyon's out.
Well, she's out for the Honitsu. She's still technically live if she draws like say a 9-so, right?
Yeah, or like even or
another Dora. I mean, like if you want to be greedy,
or another Dora. I mean, she can also go like for 10 for a little bit and try to chi off of Huang. Okay. Oh, I see. I thought like I lagged, or I thought something happened to my screen, but it was just Luce. Yeah, Luce was thinking.
It was just thinking about what to do there. Because like, am I gonna cut a north that I haven't? That's Shonpai, and goes with the west.
Oh, Yoritsumo. But yeah,
I mean, Kenyon's totally out now. Kenyon's totally out now. So
Kenyon was out when she drew the 6-pin. She has like too many like really cursed tiles to like.
Oh, there's the 5.
Okay. Richie Tanyao, maybe some Ura. Oh, disgusting. Okay.
And that is huge for Huang because now that puts them in second place. Will put them positive if these scores hold, and Yeah, actually, would they
I
have
mean,
the
it puts him
6.9,
into first place
11.9?
contention.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
hopefully
it
it
would
puts him
put
into
them
first
in
place
third
contention.
place overall if the game ended right now.
Mhm.
But really, right now, the beneficiary is probably loose because this will be the second first place if the scores hold. And with what, a 12-9 plus 15, 27.9, that'll put them close to 50 points with Kenyon and Wong sitting at 10. So I think Lewis is perfectly fine with the way things are going. We just want this game to end right now and go into the final two games with a 40-point cushion.
A bit of a leg up, yeah, but it is only South 2, so there's still a quarter of the game left, give or take. And like the scores are kind of big, the gaps are kind of big, but they're not they're not insurmountable yet. And yeah, Huang probably just gonna go for a Tanyao.
You'd have to cut the 8-9, right?
Yeah, he's
There
gonna
you
have
go.
to cut the 8-9, and like also if he pawns or like does something a certain way, he might end up Arazuke on the 6-9 pin. Uh, or maybe he's just Chinitsuing. Like that's also an option. If you chi this, you could chi that and go for Chinitsu.
Yeah.
I can see a
Although
world where you do that.
it would be a hard stop for everybody else at that point, though. Like you would definitely would not see any Pinzu come out, I would imagine.
Yeah, and I don't think with that 6-0 draw, I don't think it's not happening now.
Well,
He ideally
if Huang was closer to Chinitsu than where they're at that right now, I think it might have been a consideration. But with 3 tiles left to discard, like making a call with still 2 non-Pinzu tiles to discard,
all right.
probably was too much.
So if he draws a 5-pin, do you think he goes for Chinitsu? Like that's the question.
I think it would be a possibility, yeah.
The 5-pin makes it really tempting to go for Chinitsu. Like, I think just the 5-pin. Like, I think any other Pinzu, you're not as incentivized. Kenyon with 4
Kinyu's
pairs.
hand is unfortunate because she's sitting with 4 pairs. Those pairs are 2, 4, and 6 mon.
It's fine.
You can call
she'll
for
make
Tanya.
A call. Yeah, call for Tanya Dora 2, I think is what she wants here.
Oh, right, Dora 2.
Yeah. Or maybe even Dora 3 if she gets lucky and gets a pawn of that one. And I imagine that's what her plan is. She's just keeping the 2 easts around as like her pair. Maybe like Chitoi pivot. That's a 5 pin. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, takes the tempi. Yeah, see, look, the non-greedy option. Like it's good. I like it. Yeah, and Kenyon unfortunately looks like
has drawn nothing useful.
Yeah, she's just been like
there we go.
Okay, there we go. Now she's Ishanten. And yeah, Eric is
not dealing in there.
Yeah. Eric is like Ishanten for Chitoi. So I think that's his new plan. Probably gonna cut the 8-pin eventually. Because it doesn't look
hand, so
actually no, she's not no, he's not gonna cut the 8-pin. Like it looks like a really
my gosh, that's 10 for Kenyon 2-5 at the very last minute.
All right.
Except that 3 of the 2s are taken. There's 2 5s. There's another 2 over there. So really, she's down to 2 5-pins left in the wall.
But I think
she
at this point,
get it.
Yeah, I think Eric's gonna.
Can't be dropped, right?
Yeah. You can't.
Couldn't drop the 5-pin and thought, oh, the 4-7's probably better here. And at the same time, it's like unless if I deal in, unless there was Dora behind, it's okay.
Jeez, okay. Jeez. Sheesh.
And then look at the high play across for Eric.
Yeah, Eric's he has a fighting hand too. So this might end up a little bloody.
Everybody has a fighting hand, I think.
Kenyon can she see Shantan? Like Kenyon just casually eat Shantan. Okay. That's okay, it's not a cheat. Oh, okay, I see. Huang drew a 5-pin, 6-pin while I wasn't paying attention to his hand. So it looks like he's gonna go for just like it might be a sad Richinomi. but it would shut down like
Your
whatever it
dealer.
is that's
Do
going on.
you care?
Yeah, no, not really. But like, you kind of want some more, right?
Okay, Luce is now
Luce
going.
is okay. Luce is
High.
joining. Luce is joining. Oh, that's
Killian
unfortunate.
is in the unfortunate position that she cannot call. It's the same position that we talked about before. She has a 1-2-3 mon, so she cannot accelerate her hand from somebody else's discards.
Mm-hmm. It was a slight punishment for her because she would have been Tenpai if she kept the 2 pins. But like, how could you have known?
How could you couldn't have necessarily seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but it's gonna be a
Well, you just start eight mon. You can Dama
you just have
for
Ipeko no Mi. Yeah. I think Huang, if Huang draws a Chun, I think he'll reach E. If he draws a Ryam into a Ryamman shape.
If he does into a Ryamman shape, that's an easy reaching.
Yeah, I think he reaches
okay, this is Honitsu. Okay, then there's a Mongon across the way now for Eric.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a Mongon on Luce's side too, but not Tenpai yet, but will be very soon.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Huang is, might actually just stay Dama. Just to not if he draws like a cursed Sozu.
Yeah, like that's 6. Like
oh he just goes. Okay.
Anyways, no, actually, you know what? It's because it's a 5 mon here. Oh my god, that's stealing in. That's stealing in.
Yeah, of course. Ipeko no Mi. 50 fu.
So now the situation is that Huang is looking at possibly first place here.
Yeah, of course. I think that was always the intention, right?
Oh,
What's
of
with
course.
these hands? Okay. What's with these hands? Loose with like so many stupid Manzu. There's so many. It could even be Toy and Huang with a pair, like 2 pairs of a pair of Dora and a pair of Nan, like Yakuhai. Like it's these are some brutal hands.
Eric's got at least
if he wants to keep
could having like an Itsu, could go for Honitsu, could fake the Honitsu and wait for that 6-9 mon if they're lucky.
Yeah, and looks like Kenyon going for trying to go for like a looks like it's going to be like a Tanya pin.
It's going to be a standard hand. Like they really need points at this point. I'm not sure. There's still a chance to try to catch up, but I think they do need to shut this down. We're on South 2-4.
Yeah. Like a direct hit Mangon off of like first place or second place is like enough to get you into like second. So like why not? Okay.
But with the 9 pin being the door, it's gonna be a little bit harder for that.
It could be like Richie Tompin and then rip like in Uradora. That's like pretty reasonable. This is Chitoy. This is Chitoy.
For Huang here?
Yeah, I was like, maybe I'm speaking a little too soon. But it looks like Eric is going for another Honitsu.
Oh no, you're definitely Honitsu now.
Oh no.
Oh,
Ishan
okay.
All right. Look, everyone's wilding right now. It's great. Okay, Eric. Yep. Keeping that. Oh, okay. That's Tenpai. That's Tenpai for loose on 2-5. So, no one's gonna give it up. I think.
Kenyon Ishan 10 now.
Yep. Do you think would you Richie this with like? Yeah, if I'm Kenyon, I do Richie this. It's like Richie, Tanya, Pinfu, and then for.
Would you have taken that call there?
Huang?
For Huang?
I don't know. Okay.
Because the only thing why is because of the 3-4 pin is somewhat middle, and I'm not sure you're gonna get that unless you're hoping to like maybe chi those, right?
Oh my god, Eric got to Tenpai too. Okay.
Oh, back-to-back Richis.
That's a Chitoy. That's a Chitoy.
Chitoy on the 5-so.
Chitoy on the 5-so. Look, like you got to do what you got to do.
3-6 mon versus 5-so. Kenyon's 3 mons are actually awful.
Oh no. Okay, he might deal in here then. He's gonna go for Toy. No, he doesn't. Oh, Sumo! Okay. No. Look. Okay, look. Like Luce had 3-6 mon. I mean, granted, there's only one 3-mon left.
That's what I'm saying.
But hey, look, Riichi, Tsumo, Tanpin, Ipeko. It's a manga. And now look, it's anybody's game
But it wasn't
except
pinned through, I
for
don't think,
Eric's.
because it was only 1326.
No, no. Oh, it wasn't pinned. No, it must have been pinned. Am I?
It wasn't
Am I being
Tanya. That's what it
ridiculous?
was.
Oh, it wasn't Tanya. Okay. Oh, she drew the one soda tempai. Okay, yeah, that's what it was. She drew the one soda tempai. Wow. Wow, this hand for Kenyan. All right. She's just Ishanten, widening her Ishanten.
Ishanten with
Ishanten
right.
for Ipeko or
It's
Chitoi.
not totally confirmed, but yeah.
Well, it could be she's Ishanten for Chitoi as well, so it's just like ridiculous. Yeah, I think if she gets the I don't know what you would do. Okay, she ideally wants to draw Adora. Oh, okay, sure. That works too. Ryampeko? Like
it's
it's
just a little bit more. Well, actually, yeah, a 4-pin.
no, she's Ishanta for Ryampeko. Like that's what this is. That's what this is. Yeah, she'll have to. Yeah, she just has
Well,
to.
if she
Like,
wants to
cut
confirm,
Avon.
she'd have to draw the Dora. If she just wants expensive, she just
Yeah.
draws the Formon.
Yeah. I mean, but like that's like Riichi, Tanya, Pinfu, Ipeko, Dora 1. Like that's like already like obscene. Oh, that's a con. Like what? Oh no! What? Cons himself for Dora.
I think Kitty is just gonna take a call and just get to Tenpai.
Yeah.
Just shut that down.
Oh god, Huang's just gonna jam Riichi if he gets there. I think. Actually, no. He might just Dama and get the Tanya Dora 4. Yeah, I think that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna go for the
Considering
Tanya
where the
Dora
point
4.
situations are at right now, that would make the most sense.
Oh,
Wait, no, what?
you cut it, yeah, man. You cut it,
5-7. Yeah.
You take the Tenpai now, and then you can always improve it later. And like the 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8 shape is like not even like great anyway, because you have a lot of the tiles that can improve already in your hand. And so yeah, this is definitely the play. Yeah, Kenyan's gonna Dama this for a little bit. Gonna take the Ron no matter what. But she definitely wants a little
But
more.
no, that's
Oh boy.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
have to fold this. I mean, you could A pin here. Like you keep Tenpai. But
you
like if you're a Kenyan, like I think you just have to like think about fold.
And there's a 5-pin now that Luce is kept. So we're down to 1 7-pin for Kenyan, but doesn't matter. Oh wait, that's not.
No. It's Aruzuke.
Eric is Aruzuke.
Eric's Aruzuke. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Eric can't.
Not touching the 7.
Yeah. There's like no.
Lose with another 7.
Oh, Lord. This is so gross. All right. Yeah. It's a Baimon already. That's disgusting. That's egregious. I mean, look, it's just what that's great for him. He cons
So
and
we were saying like maybe this is just a ruse all along. It was just like, oh, I'll just play 5, like con.
I mean, I think the con was fine.
I'm joking.
Yeah,
I'm just
at the time.
just more
At
of
the
like
time, I was looking at the hand. I was like, yeah, I guess you. Like he was like Ishanten, I think. So so conning and trying to get to Tenpai is like,
No. It's perfectly fine. I'm just giving. I'm just joking around that like, oh, he's turned over a new leaf. He's not as aggressive as he used to be, and then suddenly you just cut yourself for a door and get yourself a Baimon here to kind of turn the game on its head here, heading into all last. And Eric needs a lot of help.
Yeah, he does. He needs to go for. He has to go. Oh, like okay. So this is like the weird. This is like a weird situation because yes, you do need to keep winning your hands, but like your hands also need to be like not small. So I think he has to go for a little bit more value maybe go for
Problem is that
a
you have Huang at
Hitsing.
the table,
Boom.
and
Yeah,
he's not going to make it easy for you at all. Like you're
Absolutely
not
not.
going to have time to build a value hand, I don't think.
No, I
So that's
think
just going to make life harder for you, as what we're seeing right now with already 2 calls, still not Tenpai, but it's
but no
not
one
going
else
to
knows
take
that,
that much for
right?
you to get there. And in the meantime, nobody knows that you're not close to Tenpai. They just know that you called twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Eric's just gonna have to keep that 7-mon. Probably eventually going to cut 8-pin, 9-pin.
Yeah,
And
and unfortunately,
hopefully,
10 is slow. Like you
yeah.
have bad weights to fill.
Gee.
You have a Kanchan, you have a Penchon, and you have a very, I don't want to say bad ramen weight, but I mean, like, okay, well, you
Boom.
filled it with a 7, but so I guess not.
Yeah.
Kenyon looking just I think
Okay.
Kenyon just wants to be over 30, if that's the case, because won't suffer a negative. We'll get a slight positive here, and
Mhm.
with the things kind of flipping around the way it is, it'll still keep her somewhat in touch of the top of Luce and Huang.
Yeah, I agree. Eric keeping that 7-mon around. It's a little. I guess he's a little worried about
He
it.
just
Okay.
know that he would draw
This
the
is okay. Now
8-mon.
this is a choice. This is like you have a choice here to cut the 4-5 mon and go for the 6-9 mon like weight with the
I
Dora
probably
acceptance.
what would you have done? Because I think I would have probably discarded 4-5 just
I
because
probably would have cut 4-5, but also like it could also deal, which is like an issue, right?
it could deal in. But in terms of, do you think how confident would you be of getting the 3-6? I'm not sure how confident
I'd
I'd be
be
at that.
more than the 6-9 because like who's gonna cut Dora, right? Like
No, it's not cutting door. It's more about getting it yourself, or because maybe somebody cutting. Because if you look at it, you see a lot of 7s and 8s out there, and so it's possible the door is just sitting out there, which it actually
that's
is. Because
true.
wait, there's only been one door. That means 3 are
There's
still
one
on the
cut
wall.
and Loose has one, so there's 2 in the wall.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's
Um,
true. Wall. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, the third one comes out here. But it looks like Eric was trying to like optimize as much as he could. He was like, well, if other people have Dora, like they're not gonna give it up. So just abandon the Dora Ramen. I think Eric
Gee.
has to cheat this.
You have to
Yeah, he
call
has
that.
to cheat this.
Yeah,
And then he has to pray that he can like maybe he draws like a 6-0 and then he can like Arusuke for the
I mean, I'd just be
for
fine with
Tanyao.
taking K10 if I
Oh
can
yeah,
use my
sure.
very
Yes.
end.
But like, we're thinking like
Oh
we
no,
have to
that's
think.
Tenpai though. But it was
Yeah, it's
K10
Tenpai,
Tenpai.
but
No, actually no,
it's no, it
didn't take it.
doesn't even want it. It doesn't even want it. Cause like yeah, Huang's like, yeah, like I don't need to win. So let's just be safe. Oh, there we go. Draws a 6-0 to get into Arusuke for 1-4 pin. Very good. And yeah, Luce is just folding out because Luce is like, I don't really want any part of this.
They had pairs, and it was just uncomfortable for the entire hand. Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Huang gets Tenpai at the last second,
Huang gets
anyways.
back into Tenpai, but it's 30-10, so can't win, but I don't think he minds all too much there. Oh, this is a rough cut. Okay.
Cuts the 8, which had been cut before, so was
Mm-hmm.
going to be no 10 anyway.
Yep. And okay.
This is a much better hand.
This is what you want to see. You're like, okay. Maybe this could be, Tanyao, the Tandora 1, maybe Sanchoku, maybe Pinfu, maybe Ipeko. Like you have a lot of ways to go. Okay, so no longer Tanyao, but it could still be Pinfu. And if we look at gimmick, Huang, with a lot of honors, I think also there was might have been a good Kokushi chance, but he realizes that he doesn't really need
I mean, if you were
to do
if you
that.
were behind, maybe. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you don't really
it's,
need to do that.
I
And
mean,
unfortunately, like with Eric over here, he does have to go a little bit more value heavy, so he has to cut his 1 mons
well, but
because it's
this is
not
perfect.
Tanya.
Especially with Huang basically You could almost just assume that you could just say that they're just kind of folding out here unless they draw better tiles, which they are. Their hands slowly coming together.
Yeah.
It might allow you to build for value here, considering that you're just seeing Huang, Tadashi, everything so far.
Yeah. And it does look like oh, interesting. I thought Luce might pawn that first tune and just go for like a quick tune hand.
To
Just to
finish
like
second.
just
Yeah.
lock second, yeah. But I guess she has a couple other plans, maybe uh deciding to be a little safer just in case you know something crazy happens, and then she now has
So this is
two tunes
Tenpai
to combine.
for, or not Tenpai. Sorry, I thought it was. It's not. Ishan Ten.
Oh, for Luce? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
still Ishan 10 with a Ryoncon weight.
Yeah. But then she definitely pawns this next
Pwn.
tune that comes out. Yeah, she definitely
Yep.
pawns. Gets into Tenpai. Yep. Okay, that's
A
a
7
good
though will
draw
be
for
used by
Wong.
Gimmick.
Yeah. Do you okay.
We'll
Interesting.
cut 8 9.
Yep. Could go for
Well,
five, six,
because of
seven Sanchoku.
Sanshoku, yeah.
Yeah. So it makes sense.
Even
Oh,
cut that lead even further.
you take the Shabo here? No, you keep the Kanchan. Oh, you take the Shabo. Interesting.
I think so.
Oh my god, you
Wow.
you take this. Yeah.
If the thing comes out,
Yeah.
then that's
Okay. Yeah,
it.
you got the Sanchoku. So yeah, like of course you're gonna cut the 8.
All
Okay.
right, so that ends it there with Huang with a plus 40.5, putting them just ahead of Luce now as the standings update. Luce with the 12.0, but now is in second overall, 1.3 points behind Huang. Kenyan with a minus 7.4 means that she is hovering around 0, and Eric's just going to have it's just the road that he's going to have to follow here to try to make a comeback is going to be long and arduous, unfortunately.
Yep. But there are 2 more games, and so
There are still
it
2 more
is
games.
doable.
This will do it for today in terms of the games here. But I think what we've seen from Huang in terms of just the explosiveness of their game and how they won the spring season, you kind of saw that there the second half of that game. And they're now sitting in the lead. Now they don't have the big lead that they had in the spring with that huge game right there, but they have certainly inserted them into conversation now with 2 games left to go.
Yeah, like very well said. It's gonna be I can't do we know when the next games are gonna for the champion?
I don't think they had scheduled it yet.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious.
No, I know.
So yeah,
I do see in the chat here that they are starting to talk about it. I think I don't think that they'll get it scheduled tonight. They may end up talking about it.
yeah, or the next few days or something.
They'll probably talk about it after next weekend because some of the players like Kenyan are playing in the Vortex Gallery top 32.
Yeah.
So I think
Makes
once
sense.
that's done, they'll then talk about scheduling for the final 2 games. So,
Okay.
But yeah, I think considering what we've seen tonight, I think it's what you would have expected, don't you think?
Yeah, it's it's a solid play all around. I think
I mean, it's still
Eric got
unfortunate for Eric. I'm not saying it's
yes. Oh
expected
no,
of Eric to
no,
finish
no,
with
of
minus
course not.
68.9.
But I mean, these things happen. Like sometimes you don't
In
get what you
terms of
want,
the
sometimes you
play that
deal
we've
with.
seen over the table, I think this is kind of what we were expecting to see.
Yeah, like
So
it was like that first game was like, yeah, it was like a lot more of what I expected. Everyone being principled, taking their like shutting down other people's massive hands with their small hands, and you could tell at the very end when the scoreline was so close. In this game, it kind of just like there were a lot of like dealer mangans and like that like Huang's like Ankan that flips himself for Dora and gets like Tanyao and like yeah, like okay. Like you get a Baimon like this and of course you're gonna end up in first. But interesting to see their next two games. I'll be interested to see how Eric's gonna play because he will be playing from a pretty big deficit. So I want to see if that changes some of his decision making.
And I mean, it probably will to start with. I think with still 2 games left to go, there is still all to play for. Um,
Oh
I
yeah, for
think
sure.
the only thing will be is that if after the third game, things didn't work out, um, I think what you've seen in like championships with what professionals do is like they will play out the fourth game, but they're not gonna. They wouldn't necessarily do things that would adversely affect the game, but they'll still play normally and stuff like that. And that might end up being what Eric ends up happening to Eric if they can't make hay in game number 3. But I mean, considering what we've seen from all 4 players, it's like I don't expect like anything completely out of the ordinary or unexpected from them in terms of what we'll see.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just want to see how greedy Eric might have to go because he's as we said before, he's a very principled player. But sometimes you just have to you do the calculations. You're like, okay, well, I need to. This hand needs to be like a Hanema, or this hand needs to be like it can't just be Richinomi, right? Like it has to be at least a little bit more. Like I imagine Eric's gonna um go for like try to maybe wait around a little longer to get hands that have a little bit more value as opposed to just taking say like a Ricci Kanchan Doro one for like
Yeah,
2600.
hey, there's certainly something will be there. Like you might have to consider changing your play up a little bit just because of
A
the
little bit,
circumstances.
yeah. Like
Um,
maybe he won't open a hand like a Honitsu hand because it's just like Honitsu. So he's like, oh well, maybe I wait around Menhon. It's a little more expensive, type stuff. I want to see some of the decisions that he'll choose to do there.
all right. So I think that will do it for us here. Now, for those of you who are still watching us right now, we are going to cut the broadcast off here, but there are some B2 games that are to start at the top of the hour. We will be back online for that. So if you just want to stick around while we kind of like shut this one down and so we can have it exported as its own broadcast and then rejoin us here at the top of the hour, we have some B2 coverage for you. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the first 2 games of the championship or inaugural championship here. It has not disappointed.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Definitely some high quality play we've seen as you would have expected from our 4 champions. And hopefully we'll get to see the conclusion of this in the upcoming. Anything left to say, Pio?
No, just yeah. Unfortunately, I be sticking around for the B2 games. And but y'all should stick around and watch because it's gonna be good. I believe I'm trying to see who's going to be playing. Oh man. All right.
So B2, that matchup will be Stanley, Chris, Christine, and Andrew.
Okay, okay. Um yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a good game. I talked to some of these players, and by no means just because they're in B2 means that I imagine the play is gonna be very high level. So hope y'all stick around and watch the games over there. And that's all from me.
So with that being said, that was Pio from the New York NYC Richinomi. I am Edwin from the Sail Richie Mahjong Club and founder of the ARML. Again, you can follow us here on Twitch. Go to our YouTube channel at tinyurl.com/ARMLYT or follow us on Twitter at American Richie. And as we said, we'll be cutting the broadcast off here and have the B2 at the top of the hour. So that being said, thank you, everyone, and we'll see you in a bit.
Bye, everybody.